Yeah, what did you realize? The highest views across what? Ah, nice, nice. Yeah, it has some really good art as well. I'm not sure how happy people are about the skills, but I think we are live now, I think. Can anybody confirm if we are live on YouTube? I have Jason now in the Discord chat. Welcome, Jason. Nice, perfect, perfect. Okay, then welcome everybody on YouTube as well. We already had some people in the chat. I think the chat should be visible as well. Yeah, I think it is. So I can also say hi to Cecil, Linux, Dragon Knight, Fascinator, MC Apto in the YouTube chat as well. Great, Ayush Agraval and Aaron Esplain. Welcome, guys, to the Top 10 countdown in May. And today we have a bit of a special edition since it's the first time with a very new methodology. Let me quickly show you what I mean by that. With this new Tru-UP 3.0 methodology, we are now considering all Champions Arena clusters worldwide. So that means 2,000 top teams from around the world go into these rankings. And that also means that if you are in the Champions Arena and if you finished top 50 last season, so the season that ended this week on Monday or Tuesday, then your team actually influenced the true power results if you were in these top 50. So that is something to consider. Then again, obviously, given that it's one of 2,000 teams, any one team only has rather limited influence on the actual true power. Of course, it's all the aggregation that makes up for the results, but you would still have some impact. So I think that is now great to have this kind of full coverage to adjust for the younger servers being represented as well. The total true power was also increased to 156 million, and from now on it will also increase by 100,000 each week. The 4 starting units of an arena battalion now account for 50%. Prior, that was 41%. This is because in recent meta developments, I think the kind of first units that are on the field and then the few that are coming afterwards are much more important than the later platoons, which sometimes don't really play a role at all in many arena battles that are won by one player convincingly. And then I also refined the player weighting mechanism, a bit of a champions point spread adjustment, fellowship calculation was a bit adjusted because I was taking a bit of a too much of a hit, I think, in terms of high fellowships. And yeah, the off-banner units was also modified because, especially on the younger servers, off-banner units are still pretty popular, given that many people are just getting started and have to use these kind of off-banner units. So yeah, that was a lot of explanation in terms of our rankings for this time. I hope everybody could follow along what it means for us. But in general, everything stays the same. We are still having a top 10 countdown. We are still having a data-based ranking that we are going to reveal today. And as such, we have 5 new units that could potentially enter the top 10 today. That is, I think, starting from Hokusai. So we had Hokusai, new Anya, Yamato, and Zoro and Dark Kaguya. So 5 new units that are for the first time in the rankings today. Kirin is not there yet. But yeah, that's still 5 new units potentially to enter the top 10 for the very first time. I don't know, guys. Do you have any guesses which of these 5 units has the potential to break into the top 10 today? Yeah, yeah. Hokusai, okay, yeah. Also seen a lot of good stuff from here as well, yeah. Dark Kaguya, okay, yeah. Fascinator on YouTube is also saying Storm Anya, so the new one coming in hot here. A lot of people having her on the betting. I mean, in terms of the IPO that we had for Evertrade, she also achieved like 8.2 million true power. So that is already quite a sign that a lot of people are convinced that she will do very, very well in the current meta. yeah, and I mean, I pulled her myself, fully upgraded her, and I can also say that she's doing very well. But let's see where she actually lands as a guard, of course. Bringing back maybe a bit of the kind of guard gameplay. Also interesting, probably, how that would affect somebody like Avatar Ludmilla, who was very popular in the guardless style, and how it will also affect other guards. And also, obviously, we have Yamato, another strong guard that was released right afterwards. Do you think she could make it to the top 10? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Anya seems like the easy pick for pretty much any team, kind of universally, even some burn teams possibly using her. Although, yeah, I think just as a because she's better than Bright Astrid, basically. um, but yeah, Sexy's Loss is saying Earth Gavine. Also an interesting point because Earth Gavine is somebody that ignores guards, so having guards come back into the meta might help Earth Gavine. And Zoro is also a pick for Fascinator potentially, also a unit that can ignore guards with at least with her most powerful skill. So yeah, both of these things probably something to consider here. Lexi's Lost saying Yamato probably number 18. And Destroyer saying, yeah, Yamato is good, but the sleep setup struggles. That is also very true, actually. Yeah. That is something to consider. That sleep in general is probably not in the very best spot right now, with all the kind of purification, both for burn teams and other standard teams that are brought in. So yeah, a lot of things to consider here. Okay, so that means we had Zoro, Dark Kaguya, guess a little bit. Okay, so nobody, I guess, Yamato for top 10, but most people being convinced about Anya, and the other ones maybe a bit more outside with the new point system. I think burn units would rise up. Well, yeah, let's see. Actually, yeah, it's a good point given that I put higher focus, especially on the beginning units. Burn units usually struggle a little bit, given that they don't have the full 20 units burn teams. And so if a starting burn lineup is meta, then this will also help them in the rankings. Then again, the new Anya release probably didn't help burn, but let's see how all of that evens out in general. Okay, cool. Then we have all these new units discussed. Let's go directly to the number 10 spot. As you all know, this is usually the most difficult spot to guess, and so I welcome all of your guesses right now. Let's see if we can get the right guess in the first round of guessing this time, which is usually rather difficult. Maybe let's quickly check back on the top 10 from last time, just as a reminder. Last time, number 10 was Tristan, and ahead of that was Satan. Number 8, Musashi. Number 7, Light Anya. Number 6, Storm King Arthur. Number 5, Lucifer. Number 4, Avatar Ludmilla. Number 3, Dark Lancelot. Number 2, Dark Cthulhu. And then, for the first time in the number 1 spot, was Kojiro at 8 million true power, pretty far ahead above the others. All right, so who could be the number 10 this time? Last time it was Tristan. Oh, perfect. Thanks, Destroyer, also for posting. And yeah, I think EXO is actually on an excursion today, basically. So that's why, unfortunately, he cannot join. Koji dropping to second. Destroyer says number 10 Cerberus, which would be a slight rise. Jason also representing Burn here with the number 10 Satan spot, which would be one down, considering that we have 5 new units. One down isn't all that much. Apto is saying, hoping Tristan could keep her spot. I don't know, Tristan might be affected by Anya a lot, right? Hmm. Fascinator on YouTube is saying Musashi for number 10. Hi, Shihara on YouTube, welcome. Destroyer going with Earth Gavine in 10, but possibly. Musashi out of the top 10 for Destroyer. Yeah, also good point. I mean, Musashi also struggling against Anya. Anya is both immovable, so she cannot be moved back by Musashi, and plus she has the kind of, well, disable mechanic and the elemental advantage against Musashi. Top 3 for top 10. For 10th place. Okay, Earth Gavine, Cerberus, and Musashi. Okay, yeah. So Cerberus would be up, Earth Gavine would be up, and Musashi would be down for that to happen. Also good point by Abdo that Storm Anya counters everyone. Then again, yeah, West is right. Musashi hits her hard though, so if another unit maybe manages to hit her first with some poison maybe, then Musashi could do some good stuff as well. Any more guesses, guys? Maybe I already have to take open a new round actually. Yeah, let's speed it up and let's say all of the guesses so far are not number 10. So what were the guesses? Let me see. We had Earth Gavine, Cerberus, Musashi, Satan. Any other guesses that we had for number 10? Okay, Destroyer now going with Hokusai as a new guess. Senvia on YouTube is saying Storm Anya has to be top 3 in this month. Okay, West is going with Earth Sun Wukong. Abdo going with Mermaid. Mermaid also interesting since kind of barrier helps Anya potentially, especially if you run Anya in a sleep team. Shadows asking anybody wants to use my Musa. Yeah, I mean, with all those fellowships, I would love to use her. Senvia is guessing number 10 Tristan. Tristan was number 10 last time, so that would mean she keeps her position. With the release of Anya, that might be difficult. Zoro for number 10 spot from Fascinator guess. Shihara also agreeing. I have 3 units among my first 4 that give barrier. I wish it stacks. Yeah, they did think about that when doing it. I mean, at least nowadays, you know, the barrier also, or some of these barriers at least affect guards as well. So that was also something that wasn't there when the first Storm Anya was released. Senvia is saying Zoro doesn't have what it takes to be top 10. Oh, Lucifer guess for number 10. Okay, that would be quite the drop. Then again, we did see a lot of releases. I mean, both Yamato and new Anya might not be helpful for Burn. Meanwhile, we get another IPO bid from Tru Poison Believer, but the IPO for Dark Kaguya, of course, is already over. Since we already started the revealing. Light Anya as a guess. Okay, also interesting. I mean, we talked before with the 2 new guards being released. Maybe there is some pushback for the older guards as well. Then again, on the other hand, maybe somebody like new Anya makes the old Light Anya more viable to have the kind of double guard setup in the first platoon. Xenia is saying I feel edged. Yeah, I mean that's how it usually goes with the number 10, right? We have a number 10 guess from Destroyer for Dark Kaguya. West is saying Light Anya will still be top 7. Up to saying Light Anya is still the only good guard plus stun absorber. That's why she's still meta after 2+ years. Yep. Okay, we need to do a third round of guessing. None of these guesses are actually the number 10. Yeah, I mean it's difficult, to be honest. I was surprised to see this, but I think it does make sense. Yeah, thanks for posting again, Destroyer, just for the quick reminder that the rankings we had last time. Who was not mentioned yet? Yeah, it's kind of difficult to to keep track of that right now. West is saying 10 has to be a new unit who was not mentioned yet. Well, let's quickly go through through the rankings here and see who was not mentioned yet. So we didn't have a guess for number 10 for Kojiro, for Cthulhu, for Dark Lancelot, for Evertale Ludmilla, for Storm King Arthur, for Yukata Ludmilla, Shenlong, Lubu, Unicorn, Mordred, Murasaki, Water Cinderella, Water Anya, Light Da Vinci, Earth Cleopatra, Dark Sun Wukong, Hichikata, Snow White, Gilgamesh. I think all the new units, well, no, Yamato was not guessed yet, I guess. And anything else? Storm Anya must be higher. Top 10 is always a pain to guess, exactly. Cerberus was already guessed for number 10, Canis. Possibly Storm King Arthur at 10. Yeah, Abdo and Jason going with Storm King Arthur there. Ooh, Destroyer saying Storm King Arthur should rise this month. Oh, Yamato was guessed 3 times, bro. Okay, sorry, never mind. But it's not Yamato. We don't have guess for number 10 proceeds to first list favorites for top 5. Let me see, did I have anything on YouTube? Give us hints. Well, I mean, you know, we're already running out of units. of good units that could be the number 10. So I feel like as soon as I'm gonna give one hint, it's gonna be clear. Her Lunar Curse is really amazing with all the stuns. Could it be Satan? Satan was already guessed. Very, very early on. Ooh, Yamato has to be higher than 10. Snow White with the new edition is strong. Yeah, very good point, Fillmore. Old Kirin number 10. Nice. What's reaction? Nice. Snow White, after she unlocks Survivor Crash, is the biggest threat. Yeah, I mean, to be completely fair, Snow White with the new Anya is something that is much more strong now. The question is it really enough to have this huge jump that is necessary to get to the top 10? I think she was previously top 30 or something like that. So let's see. Top 10 will be 30 minutes of the stream. Yeah, let's not. Okay, Nagi number 10. Oh my god. Okay, let me think. Can I give any? It's not Storm King Arthur. I think it was a good guess to have the Storm King Arthur, but it's not. Darker Wine has also been mentioned already. Okay, I have a tip. It is someone from the prior top 10. And it's not Kui. Who was the prior top 10? Let me show you again. We had Kojiro, Cthulhu, Dark Lancelot, Light Evertale Ludmilla, Lucifer, King Arthur, Light Anya, Musashi, Satan, Tristan. A lot of these have already been mentioned, obviously, so I hope I hope in the 4th round of guesses we will make it. Ah, okay, good. So we have some more guesses coming in. Tristan still 10. Now, Tristan was already guessed. Okay, we have Jason going with Cthulhu. We have Abdo going for Avatar Ludmilla. West saying haters burn. Shehara on YouTube is saying Avatar Ludmilla. Vaccinator is saying it's just hard thinking somebody like Avatar Ludmilla is going down so far. Good point. Well, yeah. Given who is left, anybody would have to go down quite a bit to get to this number 10 spot now. Sexy Sloth going with Dark Lancelot. Oh, actually taking it back right right away. That would be crazy. Musashi must be out of top 10. Okay, Kojiro. West is going with Kojiro. She had her second banner. Well, if she flopped on the second banner, then maybe she drops hard now. Yeah, we had big drops before. It wouldn't be the first one. Anya counters Kojiro hard. Yeah, fully agree. All right, guys. One of you, at least one of you, got it right now. We can proceed to the very first reveal of today. On YouTube, we got the Kojiro guess by Psya Dragon as well. Xenvia saying it's either Tristan or Avatar Ludmilla. I went broke for Koji, it better not be here. Yeah, that's how I feel all the time when I pull on the second banner, and then I'm very scared that they completely drop in usefulness immediately. Wait, we're just 20 minutes in. Now you shocked me, Destroyer. I thought we're already live for 40 minutes. Okay, let me put it together and let's reveal the number 10 for the very first time. I actually think this was the longest we had to guess for number 10. Number 10 is always difficult, but this time this time was on another level, I would say. We have on the number 10 spot a unit that is interestingly a bit split in terms of regions. She is number 7 in Japan and the Americas, but in the other regions, she is ranked much lower. She's obviously down true power since she was a prior top 10 unit. That is not surprising. Coming in at number 10 is a light unit, and that is Light Avatar Ludmilla. She's down 600k, which is not all that much. So that is saying, okay, we have some other units still ahead that might go up or go down. But yeah, that is not all that much lost, but still it is the number 10 spot. But yeah, some people quite surprised, but yeah, I mean, it's true. You have the 5.3 million true power still, so that is still a very, very powerful unit. But then again, it's not super surprising, I think, that she's going down somewhat, given that we have new Anya and Yamato releases, and suddenly guard play is more interesting again. So Avatar Ludmilla in front might struggle more again, especially given that now some other guards might take that place in the first platoon. Genau, yes, Destroyer. Everyone on the top 9 has 5.3 million or more. But yeah, this is a big drop, down 6 spots. That is definitely something. But that means maybe some overtaking maneuvers. Oh, perfect. We have Jared joining us soon as well. No burn reveal yet, so nothing that he missed. Abdo is saying must mean that either all units are close to each other in power or all of them are significantly higher. Yep. That is a good deduction. I'm not gonna comment which of those it is yet. Nice. We have Jared as well. Welcome, Jared. Only missed the number 10 because we took a while to guess the right one. So we have at number 10 the Avatar Ludmilla, and no new units revealed yet. Last time number 10 was Tristan with about 5 million true power, so now 5.3 million is actually higher than that. All right, good. Then let's move on and let's think about who could be number 9, guys. Number 9 last time was Satan. Oh, let me check on YouTube. Ah, yeah, yeah. Do you do you feel that Dark Kaguya is a strong burn counter? Ah. Hmm. Oh, true, true. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. On that note, actually, a good comment here from Fascinator on YouTube. Still using Light Anya in my sleep plat instead of Avatar Ludmilla. So what Jared just said is basically that a bit more reliable maybe right now as a stun absorber than this kind of guardless Avatar Ludmilla build. Then again, we don't see Light Anya yet, so let's see where she lands. We do have 5 new units that could potentially disrupt the top 10 completely. I mean, one thing to consider with the whole true power, we did have a raise in the methodology for the true power, given the spread is a bit higher to the new servers now with the 2,000 teams included in the rankings, and that is also part of the reasons why maybe there are a bit more increases this time. So 600k drop doesn't seem like much, but maybe other units raised higher. Okay, then let yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, everybody actually gets. It's a good question. Everybody gets rated pretty much the same. Actually, there's actually a guard malus even. So right now in the new methodology, the main focus is actually the position of a unit and the usage of a unit basically, and then how strong that team performs. That is the main driver, and there's actually a guard malus. So guards get a 20% downgrade given their more kind of universal use in the kind of team building. To otherwise, without this kind of malus, guards would usually be just on the top because they are the standard play for many teams. And so yeah, even though they have much increased base power now, there's no advantage for new Anya and Yamato coming from that, other than possibly, of course, that more people are using them as guards. So yeah, exactly. Okay, then let me quickly check up on the YouTube chat what I missed with the release of Storm Anya. It was kind of expected that Avatar Miller goes down. Xenvia is saying because you don't want guards when you have her on your team, so you have to pick between her or Storm Anya, and people are going with Storm Anya. Yeah, that basically sums it up nicely. Okay, then we have the first guesses for number 9. Xenvia is going with Lucifer. Fascinator going with Musashi. Um, Shihara going with Light Anya or Storm King Arthur or Yamato. Okay, 3 guesses at once. um, and then on the Discord, let me see. We have Canis going with Storm King Arthur, West going Lucifer, Jason going Musashi, Destroyer going Dark Kaguya, Abdo going Musashi. Okay, yeah, so far, nice guesses. I mean, Yeah. I have two problems which make me doubt. I mean, in terms of already in my review, so I'm not talking anything new. But Dark Kaguya, I think survivability is an issue, and as you said, kind of the team builds that would actually run Dark Kaguya is also a bit of a struggle because she is a hypnosis unit, but you don't want to run her with Cthulhu because hypnosis you only want to have one hypnosis unit on the field. So that is already a bit of a drawback. And then where are in general poison teams right now? Not at the top, given that Dark Lancelot has already also fallen slightly. So yeah, let's see. Maybe she can still make it into the top 10. We didn't see any new unit yet, so a lot of things can still happen. We had a lot of guesses for the number 9 already. Unfortunately, given that we want to move things along, I can already say that none of the guesses so far were actually the number 9. um, Let me see. On YouTube, we had another Zoro guess. Okay. Destroy. I mean, she just needs to survive, right? And then she can actually be crazy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm always very careful with these light units now. It seems like there's a bit of a split, you have sometimes, something like Kojiro comes along and then, in hindsight it looks very clear that she's the top unit or something like that. But then Da Vinci comes out and she also looks pretty strong, I would say on paper. And then she doesn't even where was she last time? I think 21st or something. 23rd, exactly. So yeah, it's a good point. New units really have to convince to go into the top 10. Yeah. Mm, right. Although I have to say, I mean, I do see some use in combining Da Vinci with new Anya. Right? Da Vinci healing 100% her teammates is kind of nice, and sometimes that already saved some enemy new Anyas that I encountered. I have to say, but yeah, in general, it's a bit tough for Da Vinci, and she's also a bit RNG, I guess. Not as much as Iron Genie, of course. Okay, we have some more guesses coming in. Destroyer saying Hokusai. Sexy Sloth going with a triple bet as well. We have Satan, who was previously number 9. Storm King Arthur and Cerberus. Okay. Um, mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, Musashi is still in the race, but then again, I think wasn't Musashi already a pick? Yeah, Musashi was a pick before, so I already said it's not Musashi. Let's see who we have on YouTube. Haley also picked Musashi, but Musashi is out. We have Shalik Jones going with Hokusai as well. Then we are going Hokusai. Although Shalik is saying no, Hokusai will be top 5 hands down. Okay. Hoku's masterpiece is one of the most beautiful skills of Evertale. Yeah, absolutely agree, Shihara. Elemental Quicken with Sorrow, counter TU Bully Loop. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Fascinator going with Storm King Arthur. Fillmore is asking, is it a prior top 10 unit? And I'm gonna say no. So a lot of these guesses. Who's there? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, one Right. I mean, one thing to consider in terms of the burn meta or in general, I mean, this round of guessing, I guess, given that we just switched to the new methodology, is gonna be slightly more difficult in general because we have now 1,000 teams represented that were not in the rankings last time. So that also means we have 20 new clusters with possibly different kind of server metas, which could obviously affect teams like Burn or maybe Earth or something like that that are rather specific to how the performance is in different clusters. So that will be rather interesting, I think, to see where things are going. Okay, so Destroyer is going with Earth Gas because of Storm Anya. Cerberus or Zoro for Abdo. We have Yamato Guess from Destroyer. Shenlong on YouTube from Fillmore and Psya Dragon. So some burn units. Nein, nein. Well then, let's see. Let's reveal it because one of you got it right at least. We have another guess on YouTube in the meantime. That is Mermaid or Unicorn from Fetsy and Fillmore. But I'm gonna reveal it now. It is actually none other than Earth Gavine being back in the top 10 with a 1 million true power rise. She's number 4 in Japan, but not top 10 in any other region. So the 19 Japanese Champions Arena clusters or something like that really dig the Earth Gavine play. Yeah, it's true. I mean, yeah, exactly. If you don't have a problem with burn, then you don't have a much better unit that available than Earth Gavine, I would say. Well, let's see. Let's see. We still didn't see the burn units yet. Wait, up to what were you saying? Sorry. True. Exactly. And even if she's not ignoring exactly, then she could possibly be a big problem for Anya, given the, I don't know, she can deal like 900% damage ignoring armor or something, and then you put the elemental advantage on top, then Earth Gavine is possibly a good remedy against this new Anya. All right. Then again, we didn't see yet where new Anya lands in these rankings, so let's see if she's going or how high she's going. Let's say. Okay, cool. We have the number 9 spot confirmed. Now we can speed things up, hopefully. We are getting higher and higher, and so it should get easier and easier to guess. Then again, with the new methodology, it's not super surprising that we have some struggles guessing here. Also, especially because these units are pretty close together. If you look at it, it's not a big difference, 5.3, 5.6. And I can already tell you that the next few units are also all in the same area of true power. So we don't have huge jumps of true power yet in the next units that are coming up. Okay, so who could be the number 8? Da-da-da. Shadows is saying, my god is still Cerberus. Dark Divine can't do anything. Well, yeah, against Cerberus, that is rather reasonable. Okay, Fascinator on YouTube is saying, I use Gavine in my strongest plat. Shalik is saying she's not better than Hokusai. And I'm top arena. Well, we didn't see Hokusai yet, so everything's still possible. Shihara uses her in his sleep team. Light Anya for number 8 guess from Fascinator, and Shihara is also going with Light Anya. Abdo going with Musashi. Destroyer going with Dark Kaguya. Let's see how I react. I mean, you know, I already said my opinion in my review. But I mean, then again, you know, the data is the data. Everything can happen. I'm not gonna change the data to fit my personal opinion. So of course, she could still come in here. Shadow saying, new Anya is too easy to counter. I think you are maybe a little bit biased because you have the huge fellowship advantage against many of your opponents, and can counter new Anya that way. But on an equal footing, new Anya is pretty much impossible to counter, I would say, if you have the same fellowships and high levels on new Anya. All right. Let's see. What are your guesses for number 8? We didn't see many yet. I think we saw Light Anya, Dark Kaguya, Musashi. Zoro. Okay, yeah. Actually, Jared, I had to look up before I did my review. I had to look up how Zoro is pronounced in English, so I know now that it's pronounced with the S. But I was also tempted to say Zoro all the time for the German way of pronouncing. Yeah, although I feel like it sounds very similar to the sorrow, to the kind of sadness in that way. So yeah, I feel like maybe I wouldn't go so far, but yeah, definitely some potential to get it twisted. Okay, we have Edsonix joining as well now. Let's see if he also has some interesting guesses for us. But yeah, we have Sexy Sloth going with Satan. Okay. That would be a rise for Satan now. True. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like some years ago it was like when Commander Astrid came out, they pretty much embraced the burn for some time, but yeah, this time doesn't seem quite as picked up here. But yeah, now we have already, given that we have a drop from Avatar Ludmilla, we have a rise from Dark Gavine. That already pushes at least one prior top 10 unit out of the top 10, and we haven't even seen any of the 5 new units come in yet. So let's see how we continue here. No. No, I hope not. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a little difficult. I mean, some units have to drop now, right? Or drop entirely out of the top 10. I mean, especially with a lot of people convinced that we will still see new Anya. That means 2 prior top 10 units need to be out. I mean, people seem to think that Tristan might already be out. Probably. 6 spots, yeah. Yeah, new Anya is also decent against burn. At least new Anya disables it a little bit, so it's not something burn is immune against. Hmm. Yeah. I see a lot of Lucifer guesses for number 8, but I mean, to be totally fair, yeah, it's not Lucifer. Satan might be out of top 10. Destroyer, we have Zoro as a guess for number 8. Satan out most likely. No More Sleep in top 10 is crazy. Well, we didn't see all the top 10 yet, but yeah, it's not looking good for Sleep. Oh, true. Earthgavine is Sleep. Yeah, fair. That's actually a good point. Sorry. Abdo tricked me. True. Yeah. Okay, Murasaki now. Wait, what? Who deals 1 million damage? What? Sorry, I didn't get that. Oh yeah. She can deal crazy damage. Yeah. Yeah, the shadows. Wait, say that again, Abdo. I didn't quite catch that. Oh, yeah, fair. Yeah, you need that kind of huge damage, right? Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, well, let's see. Let's stay focused on the number 8, given that we are already quite time in and we only have two reveals yet. Avatar Ludmilla at 10, Earth Dark Kaguya on number 9, and we still didn't hear number 8 yet. On YouTube, somebody was asking why Maid Snow White is not higher in the ranks. Fascinator gave a good reason there. Too many damage reduction ignores, so usually quite hard for Storm Snow White to survive. That is probably holding her back quite a bit. But yeah, number 8, we still didn't get we still didn't get the right guess. I don't know what to tell you guys. Light Anya, we already had some guesses, unfortunately, on YouTube. Fascinator Shehara gave that in the beginning. So yeah, it's not Light Anya. Ah, guys. Okay, let's quickly check the top 10 again from before to jog your memories. Kojiro, Cthulhu, Dark Lancelot, Avatar Ludmilla, already taken. Lucifer, Storm King Arthur, Light Anya, Musashi, Satan, Tristan, Mermaid. Think, yeah, I think the other ones, I'm not sure how relevant they still are. And then, of course, the new units potentially. Sexy Sloth going with Cerberus for the last time, he says. West is going Storm King Arthur. Edsonix going with Anya. That must be new Anya, since Light Anya is already out. So that would be only number 8 for new Anya. Then again, who nice meme. Very good. Love the quick memeing. Okay. Ooh, it's next going with number 98 for Dark Kaguya. Okay. Okay, on YouTube we have Tristan, maybe number 8. Shalik going with Sun Wukong. Haley going with Yamato. Okay, Musashi, Psy Dragon. Musashi, we already had the guess, unfortunately. So it's not Musashi this time, even though it was Musashi last time at number 8. Water Cinderella, Aaron. I'm not sure. That seems now a bit, yeah. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, no. Okay, I got some Chinese or Japanese message, unfortunately, on YouTube. Anybody know that language and can read that to me? It's unfortunately in the live chat, there's no live translate, I guess, available for YouTube. So if anybody can translate that message for me, that would be nice. Lucifer was already guessed for number 8. Okay, but in the meantime, while somebody might take out the translator and can tell me what message I missed. But let's see. 7 reactions. I'm famous. Okay, what was that? Pervy? Remind me who was getting overly excited in my closet yesterday. Nice. Okay. I should probably check out these new stories at some point. I am not up to date with the lore in Evertale. All right, no, but guys, I have a good message for you. It's not Dark Kaguya. it's something that somebody already said. I think it was wait, let me paste the picture. But I think West got it right. We have at number 8 Storm King Arthur. And she even gained some true power, but it's still down 2 spots. 67% usage, still top 10 in every single region. In rest of Asia, she's even number 3. So still a very strong performance from the prior number 1. Still holding on to that top 10 spot. Oh no. Yep. Yes, the top units seem to be higher. I mean, yet again, the methodology also means that maybe some units get a bit higher true power exposure. But I think there's also a bit of a congregation in terms of which units are good again. So let's see. Okay, then let's move on to number 7, since we're already quite a long time in. Psy Dragon is writing, wait, on YouTube. I am very sorry that I don't understand most of the English, but the voice of True Crew is very pleasant to listen to. Thank you a lot. Thank you for making these videos with such care. Das hat Google ausgespuckt. Oh, you're actually German? Oh, then we can also talk in German. Well, you know, in DMs. Unfortunately, I have to keep this English, otherwise my audience will shrink a lot. Okay, got it. Now, okay, this is the translation from the Chinese message, maybe. Okay. now I'm getting confused. Too many languages in my head. But we can move on to the number 7 spot now. So, what are your guesses for the number 7 spot? Do we have some already? Abdo is saying if Musashi isn't number 7, then she's out of the top 10. Etsonix going with Musashi straight away. Finn and Kirin are hiding in closet, and Kirin got excited. Well, Kirin not in the rankings yet, so not relevant. Sorry, Jared, what were you saying? Betzinator is agreeing with you, and Shihara as well are all going for Light Anya. Shalik is going with Earth Sun Wukong. West is going Anya. Well, Yeah, I was just about to say you have to specify the element now again. No longer completely clear which we are talking about. Looks like a freaky event, gotta watch it. Jason going with Lucifer, of course. He's representing Burn here. So Lucifer number 7, that would be down 2 ranks. Then again, we have Storm King Arthur, who was also down 2 ranks just now. Yeah, thanks for the translation, Psyre Dragon, and thanks for the compliment in that translation. So thanks a lot. I very much appreciate that. Watching, even though the English is a bit limiting. Then again, I hope you can use the auto translate feature sometimes, maybe from YouTube, to get the gist of it. So yeah, okay. Number 7 guesses. Lucifer coming in here. Jared, you said Light Anya. We have a lot of Light Anya guesses. Psyre Dragon going with Yamato. A lot of diversity in the guesses. Any other guesses, guys? Yeah. Yeah, some of the newer units potentially. Then again, maybe two guards being released at once, and last time it was Yukata, Ludmilla, and Cerberus. It was pretty clear which team would pick up which unit. This time, maybe it's holding both of them back to have 2 strong guards released at once. We have Fillmore going with Hokusai. Fascinator thing, I don't think Yamato will make it into the top 10. Edson exploring himself up. Destroyer going with Dark Kaguya again. Why not? Let's refer to the meme from before. Shalik saying Hoku should be further up. We still didn't see any new unit yet, right? Kind of crazy. We have 5 new units and no new unit yet from number 8 to number 10. Wait, say that again, Abdo? Yeah, can you hear me? Well, West, it's not just a usage list. It's also an estimation how strong they are in respective areas. Did I disconnect, guys? You can still hear me, right? Or not? Okay. Oh, great. Okay. Then I'm glad. Yeah, maybe it's just the Discord. Well, let's keep going either way. West just said Hokusai can't be top 10 because it's usage based and not how strong units are in respective arenas. Well, it is, the baseline is usage based, but there is a lot of modifiers that make these rankings hopefully as close as possible to actual true power. That's why it's called true power and not usage. Exactly. Exactly. If it's just compiling that, then this would be a lot more simple. But yeah, obviously usage doesn't tell the whole story. Okay, cool. On YouTube we have people saying, okay, respectfully, West, I disagree. I think Hoku is higher up, even Zoro maybe higher up. Fascinator is having a wild bet here. I have the feeling that Storm Anya will be the only one to make it into the top 20 from the new units. Oh, top 10. Okay. that's more reasonable, I guess. Fetzy, I was worried, bro, when you said top 20, Shehara said. Dark Kaguya, 21. Most guesses are local arenas. Now it's good. Okay, we have Light Anya guesses for number 7. But guys, I can tell you, we already got the right guess pretty early on, actually. For the number 7, And it is actually Jason, even though he didn't say anything in the voice chat today yet, but he was right. And we have Lucifer at number 7 now. She gains some true power, 155k, but down 2 ranks. And what's interesting here is she's really top 8 in every region. So even Japan is picking up on the Lucifer, maybe to counter some of the Earth Dark Divine battles. But yeah, pretty even in terms of regions. Number 6 in Americas is a top ranking for Lucifer. And yeah, that is Lucifer right there with 42% usage. Yeah, if you compare that, for example, with Storm King Arthur's usage, which was 67%, Storm King Arthur is still 1 rank below Lucifer anyway. So a very good example, I think, of usage not being the deciding factor, I would say, in this overall true power ranking in the end. Nice. Nice Pepe Frog right there. So, okay. Yeah. I mean, there was some increase as well, but this was mostly, I mean, to kind of balance the fact that now we have 1,000 new teams in the rankings, and many of those are on newer servers where sometimes, you know, you have some teams that only exist from, I don't know, 10 SSRs or something, or 5 SSRs. So now the kind of usage, the overall usage of top units drops even more because, you know, many of these newer servers don't have the kind of whale density that some of these older servers have. And so this is basically to correct for that a little bit, to kind of make some of the drops a little bit lighter this time. But yeah, this is why we have a total true power increase, but it still means that a lot of units actually lost true power, I have to say. All right, cool, very good. So we have the number 7. This was the first number I think that we had that was that didn't need a second guessing round. So well done, guys. And we can move on to the number 6 with a classic Dark Kaguya guess from Destroyer. Sexy Sloth saying actually crazy that Musashi will probably be out since she is still pretty good. After saying still have 6 spots. West saying competition is crazy. Yeah, all very good points. And yeah, since Storm Anya was released, the new one, it is kind of difficult for Musashi probably. It's an yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you have Light Anya, Zoro. Mm-hmm. Huh. Well. Okay, let's check the previous ranking real quick. Edson shouting out that I'm almost at 4,000 subscribers. Yeah, thanks. Now he deleted it. But yeah, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to make the road to 4K feasible this year. Let's see. We have the previous ranking right here. Number 6 previously was Storm King Arthur. That is impossible now, so it can't be Storm King Arthur at 6. It can also not be Lucifer, who was right above that. Below that, we have Light Anya, Musashi, Satan, and Tristan, all of which have also not been in the rankings yet. So kind of crazy, actually, to think about it. And we have above that Avatar Ludmilla, who was already taken as well. So number 4 to number 6 are already out of the race. The top 3 are still there, and the rest of the top 10 also. Okay. And also all the new units are still in the race. We still haven't seen any new unit. Okay, Sexy Sloth is going with Light Anya or Dark Lancelot. Destroyer now going with Light Anya. Edsonix going with Avatar Ludmilla. Would probably be difficult. West going with number 6, Satan. already posting the full top 6. Let's see. Okay, what do we have on YouTube? What are guesses? Let me see. Fascinator is saying Tristan and Musashi probably already out of top 10, but Shalik says possibly number 6 Musashi spot. With a deleted message. No worries, there's no bad takes here. You can keep the messages. We have Light Anya number 6 guess from Fascinator from Shehara. Wait, what are you commenting on? What West said? Sorry. Ah. True. Yeah, she's built differently, so it's still open, but you're right. I'm pretty sure we had Light Anya, even though she's still in the top 10 after 2.5 years nearly. She never made it to that number 1 spot, and also before her, Bride Ludmilla never made it to the number 1 spot. So yeah, I think we have never seen a guard on the number 1 spot so far. All right, and then but that means agreeing with West lists means also number 6 guess for Satan, which would 3 spots up. Satan higher than Lucifer. Sexy's Lost thinks that Koji will stay number 1. Hope Cthulhu stays. Foreshadowing by Tru. Well, you know me, I always try to mix foreshadowing with wrong wrong tips. Haley is going with Light Anya on YouTube. Psya Dragon hoping for Zoro at the number 6 spot. So a lot of light guesses here for the number 6. We still haven't seen any new units, so you will show me later in Takakuya True Rank. Let's see. Okay, let me build different, like incorrectly, I think. Nice. Okay, well, I mean, the live stream is already going for over 1 hour, so I think we can move along, especially because I have to say, guys, I'm very proud of you all because we have this time, I think, a large majority that was correct. And on the number 6 spot, we have the Guardian, Light Anya, up 1 rank compared to April and up 700,000 true power. So yeah, Light Anya is still not leaving the top 10 anytime soon, it seems. She's... Oh shit, I didn't change that. Thanks for pointing that out. Let me quickly quickly change that in my Excel sheets. Good point. So yeah, exactly. That was wrong for all of them. So yeah, keep in mind that it's all 2000 top teams. So let me see. And now I need to correct it every time before I post. Shit. Actually, let me see. Calculate that. Okay, give me a minute, guys. Meanwhile, you can already think about the number 5, exactly. Uh-huh. Mm. Mhm. Mhm. Right, right, exactly. With the get turns, yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Fair, fair. Okay, so what's your number 5 guess then? Okay. Now the Storm Anya guess is starting. We have Shalik on YouTube also agreeing with you for the number 5 Dark Lancelot. Also already posted his full top 5. Um, which doesn't include Anya, interestingly, but yet again, we have not seen any new units yet. We're already up to the top 5 and 5 new units. That means if we were to see all of them in the top 10, that means they would have to take all the top 5 spots, which might not happen. But yeah, we have Fascinator going with Satan for number 5, Shihara going with Dark Lancelot. Shalik says he hates Stormania. Well, that's probably a shared sentiment among many that are facing her. Abdo going with number 5, Musashi. Destroyer going with Dark Lancelot. No Dark Kaguya guess from Destroyer. So now might be the right time to drop her ranking. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Do we have some other guesses? We Yeah, by the way, Destroyer, thanks for posting along with the kind of tracking. So as you guys can see here in the chat, we have already 5 units revealed. Number 6, Light Anya, then Lucifer, Storm King Arthur, Earth Gavine, and Avatar Ludmilla. All of them are units that were already in the rankings last time, which means we didn't see yet Hokusai, New Anya, Yamato, Zoro, and Dark Kaguya. So 5 of them still not mentioned yet. And yeah, the spots are kind of running out, I would say. Let's see, let's see. We have some good guesses, I think, for number 5 already. And as such, we are picking up the speed now towards the top. Haley is going with Hokusai at number 5. But I can reveal it now for you guys. Or Edsonix comes in with the mermaid. A lot of you were right. We have number 5, Dark Lancelot. With a drop of 400,000 true power, now down to 5.8 million. She's still number 6 in Japan, but in the other regions, she's actually pretty low, which is interesting because overall, she still comes out in the number 5 spot because all the regions still kind of run her relatively highly, but none are running her in their top 5. Still, she made it to the top 5 with that. But yeah, 54% usage on this Dark Lancelot. And yeah, as you can see, we are still pretty close together. The whole time we are in the 5 million true power range. So all of these units are pretty close, I would say. But yeah, that is Dark Lancelot. Not super surprising, I would say, to see her drop a little bit, but she is still a very nice unit to have for sure. Okay, Dark Lancelot dropping from her spot. Yep, still top 5. Oh, Abda was AFK, sorry. We are speed. Yeah, now the guesses are actually becoming really good, I would say. Exactly. Kojiro is GOAT always. I would have guessed 6 million power for 6. No, we are still already below 6 million. That's why I said, okay, even though we increased the total true power, it's not like all of the top units gained true power for sure. Dark Kaguya number 4. Wait. Wait, what did you say, Abdo? No, I mean this just means the total true power from now on will increase like 100,000 each week. So that means um it's slowly affected, like, you know, it's split amongst all the units, so it's not gonna be a huge impact, it's just gonna be an impact over time. So 1 year from now, you know, the total true power of all the units is just a little bit higher, maybe. It's just because, you know, maybe we get some new clusters, some new teams that are in the rankings, and that's just to make up for that and for the power creep a little bit as well, because yeah, right now I think it's difficult with the new setup for units to reach the old highs that we saw with Water Anya. I think she made it above 12 million power at one point, above 12 million true power. And I thought with this kind of old setup, it was a bit difficult. All right, so we have some guesses with Dark Kaguya, with Hokusai, with Cerberus. Number 88 for Dark Kaguya is the guess from Etzenix. And on YouTube, we have Zoro for number 4, yeah. Hokusai for number 4 from Shalik. Cthulhu from Haley. Okay, Jared, what's your guess? Mm-hmm. Oh, Zoro. Okay, yeah. West is going with Cthulhu. Now things are getting interesting, I think. This is getting a little bit spicy. I can already tell you guys that this is the first unit today that has above 6 million true power. Okay, so Storm Anya guess as well. We have Sire Dragon saying on GC12 almost every team has Storm Anya and Kojiro, so they should get a small boost when GC12 gets added. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have. Okay. Well, okay, we have great guesses here for the number 4 spot and a lot of diversity again. I like it a lot. We have the first unit that will be above 6 million. And I will give something away already, which will you know, delete some of the guesses already, I guess, that were given. We will see for the very first time a new unit here on the number 4 spot. So today, the first time after 6 old units, basically, we will have a reveal of a new unit at the number 4 spot, finally. So it is either Storm Anya, it could be Hokusai, it could be Yamato, it could be Dark Kaguya, it could be Zoro. Dark Kaguya from West, I guess. Hokusai, Zoro, exactly. All of them could be it. And well, I think since all of them were already pretty much guessed as well, I can go ahead and do a little reveal here, which might be, I don't know. I mean, that might be my biggest surprise today. This kind of number 4 spot, and yeah, That's the idea. That's the idea. Driving up here the curiosity. Let's see. Let me find the correct picture. So, drum roll, please. Exactly. I should maybe have some soundboard or something to to use for these live streams. Ah, okay. Well, you know, I can just maybe put it here and put it in front of my mic or something. Then the YouTube stream would at least get it, I guess. Well, no, then Discord would get it as well. But yeah, here we go, guys. I'm presenting to you. Hey, no spoilers. No, I'm presenting to you. Here we go. The number 4. T. Number 40. It's number 40. Yeah, this is a bit. I hope Destroyer doesn't unsubscribe now. But yeah, I wasn't lying. This is number 4T. Pretty disappointing, I have to say. I didn't have high hopes for her. I mean, I said it in my review, but it is, yeah, it's 44 in Japan. Only Europe has a bit of a soft spot for Dark Kaguya, but yeah, overall she's under 1 million true power. She has 4.3% usage. That means 86 teams of 2,000 teams are using her. And that's not even in front, I think, mostly. So that's why the true power is additionally affected by that. Yeah, that's because she's a pretty new unit mostly. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying it's impossible because she was only out for some days when this ranking was created. Then again, the fountain was also out afterwards. Well, let's see. I mean, it is pretty early, but with just 4.3% usage, the chances are pretty low that she's gonna be a top tier unit suddenly next time. But yeah, the 1 million true power basically takes into account that she's very new, the fountain wasn't out yet, and stuff like that. So yeah, that is number 40 Kaguya. But let's move on from that. Slight disappointment for sure. I think it is a bit underrating her, but then again, she doesn't give me much trouble, I have to say, when I'm facing her. She always dies pretty easily, sometimes even before she gets the turn. And the kind of poison stun entry is nice, but there's so much poison stun immunities and poison immunities nowadays, or purifications. It's just a bit not enough to the table. Even though I think the skill visualization would have deserved a lot higher ranking, which is unfortunate because we will not see it a lot in the arena battles. Yeah, I know you. I know. I know you will still double buy her. I mean, right now she might even be a good buy. I mean, at 965k true power, maybe she will go up a bit next time. There is a lot of room upwards and not so much room downwards. So that is something that should be considered. But yeah, now we are moving on from this little jump scare, I guess. Yeah, I mean, you got it right. I mean, I already told you it's gonna be a new unit. I wasn't joking about that part. um, but let me show you guys to make it a little bit more exciting. We are gonna show you. Why am I saying we are gonna show you if I'm gonna show you? I'm not. I'm not in the majesty plural phase yet. Let me show you guys. I think it's very surprising. I was also not joking about that, that I'm very surprised about that number 4. And yeah, it is interesting because this is super, super spread out in terms of regions. So we have this number 4, which, as I said, is a new unit. And this new unit is number 28 in Europe. So in Europe, this new unit is higher. Dark Kaguya is higher than this new unit in Europe. So the number 40 in Europe is higher than the number 4 of worldwide. But on the other hand, this new unit, this number 4 unit, is number 8 in the Americas and number 3 in Japan. The first unit today with above 6 million power and around 28% usage, which I like a lot because this is my favorite number. We have at the number 4 spot Hokusai. And I'm very surprised because, as some of you, I also thought she doesn't quite have what it takes. But very, very good for those who predicted it. Also, Shalik on YouTube, who was also already saying early on that Hokusai would be number 4. So that was a very, very good guess. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it. I mean, to be fair, Hokusai with the elemental quicken, the kind of combination, maybe with somebody like Kojiro. Hokusai also benefiting from the Anya release because Hokusai also wants to survive for some time to use her masterpiece, which is an insanely strong skill. Together with new Anya, it seems more likely now that she can actually achieve that and use that twice. But yeah, this is the first unit above 6 million power. 6 million true power, that is. With just 28% usage, again, showing that this is not a usage-based ranking. Just, you know, in terms of the baseline, the usage is, of course, decisive. All right. Cool. Hokusai as a first release. Finally, we have a new unit that was released here. A lot of you got it right. Shalik also saying, school these lost souls on Hokusai Elemental Quicken. Yeah, it's, I mean, you know, Hokusai brings a lot of nice things to the table. Her active skills are actually not insane. I think the blot out is kind of meh, but then the painfall is crazy. The painfall also ignores stealth. It is an attack all skill that ignores stealth, which is not super common and was also not mentioned in her skill description. So it's a bit a surprise to me as well when I saw that. But yeah, number 4, we had Hokusai. Let's move on to the top 3. Shalik is already saying his top 3 is correct. He was correct on the number 4 and the number 5 with Hokusai and Dark Lancelot. Shalik's top 3 are Zoro, Kojiro, and Cthulhu. Let's see if that comes true. We have the number 3 first, and Shalik is saying that is Cthulhu at number 3. Let's see what other guesses I have here. Apto and Destroyer are also going with Cthulhu at number 3. Etzonix going with Cthulhu. Destroyer going Dark Kaguya. Apto going with number 3 Cerberus, okay? Also wild. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Kenneth is saying Dark Kaguya being shown 40 was just double fake out. She's actually 3rd. We can manifest this. Very nice. A lot of sad reactions to the Dark Kaguya release, and trust me, I'm also very sad about it, given that, yeah, I just really like her style in terms of the skill animation. So yeah, it is a big loss. Okay, we have some top 3 poll here for the, so that includes 2 prior top 3 units in Cthulhu and Kojiro, and the new Storm Anya here, and Dark Kaguya, who is already confirmed 40th. And a lot of people, of course, going for Dark Kaguya and Cthulhu as well. All right, good. Any? Mm-hmm. Sorry, what was that? Somebody was saying something? Mm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys said it all for me. There's not much else that can be said. I think pretty much all the serious guesses were on that side. We have number 3, Cthulhu, the previous number 1 unit, well, previous 2 months ago, is still top 5 in every single region. She loses some true power, though, yet again, 300,000 true power down, which makes sense. I mean, nowadays it's really getting much harder for her to survive, and there are additional skills that even in her guarding form can finish her off, especially units like Zoro, for example. Just, these kind of armor ignoring units, maybe light units that have the elemental advantage as well. So, yeah, that is probably why Cthulhu is falling. I mean, to be fair, she's still number 3. She's still a super, super strong unit. This kind of dark skill set with the hypnosis, with the guarding potential, and with the get turns. I think she still has the best get turn mechanic in the entire game, which is something, which is telling something, because we are getting more and more of those. But yeah, I think Cthulhu still very deserving of the number 3 spot, down 1 spot. And yet again down some true power, but that leaves us with only 2 units left. And yeah, there can only be one number 1, I guess, and only be possibly one more new unit that might still fit into these top 2, or maybe even 2 new units, but that would mean Kojiro drops out. Um, Yeah, I mean, one thing. Well, no, let me prepare the scene for this a little bit. What are your guesses now for the number 2 spot? Then let me see. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Wait it out. Yeah, she's still very survivable. Hmm. Right. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Right. Kojiro, you can't put into sleep, while new Anya is probably fine in any team. She's still gonna give you some value, so that's a fair point for sure. On YouTube, we have also some guesses coming in for the number 2 spot. We have Shalik going with his Kojiro at number 2. Although, unlike a lot of discussions here on the Discord, he is also having the Zoro at number 1. Then we have Fascinator with Anya at 2. Shihara also Anya at 2. Daigon is saying everything is fine if Kojiro is not number 1. Chihara is saying Kojiro is best because of Sakura Storm and her survivability. Yeah, very good skills. Arch is saying we can't hear the Discord. Is it intentional? Can anybody confirm? I hope the Discord can. Yeah, that would be terrible. Unfortunately, if that was only now, then there's a lot of quiet time in there.
Can say I hear you, but I can't hear myself.
Oh no, I think. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Now I can hear myself. Which
but
is...
I think for one and oh no, were we really? Oh, for 1.5 hours was everybody on Discord muted for YouTube? Oh no, that's terrible. Oh, well, okay. Nothing can be done about it now.
I'm gonna say a bonus fact. If the Kaguya has 100% usage rate, he will be definitely number 1.
What? Fun fact.
Fun fact, yeah, 100% usage usually means number 1 spot. Oh my God, Kenneth says, I noticed that on YouTube, but I just accepted it. Oh no. Oh, no wonder that sometimes I saw some viewers dropping from YouTube, like the viewership number going down, and maybe that was just the time when I was not talking and somebody else was talking, and nobody and people thought, oh, okay, nobody's talking in this.
So no
Oh my
interest
goodness.
from me or Destroyer or up to just you.
Jesus. Yeah, I mean, it should be. I mean,
What do you say?
Oh, okay. Well, okay, definitely a learning. I mean, it's weird because in the OBS studio which I use for the stream, I just use the desktop audio. So usually, I don't have to set anything up here specifically for the output to come. So yeah, I never checked on that. Oh my God!
Yeah. For the last like year or so, but
exactly. Oh man, Ken is really let me run up here, casually laughing and nodding along with himself. I'm just doing some self-interviewing basically.
It's better if you join the voice chat, sometimes, YouTubers.
Oh my God. Now it's 1.5 hours on YouTube where it sounds like I have voices in my head and just talking to them the whole time.
Talking to yourself in the YouTube chat, even though
oh my God,
the voice on Discord lights up.
Oh, this is so terrible. And the worst thing is I don't even have any recording on, like it's not like I can edit later. This is not permanent status. Yeah, maybe I need to unlist this countdown because it's too embarrassing. Nah, I mean it's fine. Yeah, let's do it again tomorrow. Okay, you all pretend now that you don't know the top 10. Well, okay, no.
In the morning, I'm free.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to work tomorrow, so
yeah,
it's gonna be difficult. But yeah, let's move on. Now we have everybody also for the first time listening to the people in the Discord chat as well. So in case you haven't heard them before, we now have Abdo and we have Destroyer also talking sometimes, Jared, Jason. So yeah, now you can also hear their lovely voices as well. But thanks, Arch, for pointing that out. At least we get the voice lines before the last two are revealed. Okay, yeah, let's get back to the number 2. We had a lot of fun guesses, and before I reveal this, I think it's important to point something out. We have a crazy jump ahead of us in true power.
Yeah,
So
I
the
guess
number
over 8
3,
million.
the
Both.
number 3 was 6.5 million true power. What do
He
you guys
jumped
think? Where
like,
will number
10
2
million?
land?
Nah,
10 million is too much.
8.5 million, I guess.
Probably 8 million like
8 million,
last
okay.
time.
Yeah, I think Kojiro will be at 8.1, 8.2. And if Anya is in fact over her, then she would be at 8.5 to 9 million even. At least that's what I would think.
Well, yeah, I think there is some surprise. Aaron on YouTube is saying, I think I'm going crazy too. I'm now hearing the voices that were in your head. Nice. Oh man.
We're coming
now,
for the YouTube chat.
Let us hear the voices.
now everybody's going crazy. Very good. Arch is saying 9 million for the number 2. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty crazy, I have to say. Okay. Well, it's fitting for us to go crazy with these crazy results that are coming up now. And yeah, before I reveal that, Shalik also mentioned, did you watch the Zoro video of Tru-Creo? Even he hinted that she might be better than Kojiro. Yeah, in definitely there's some scenarios, especially with the new Anya, where Zoro can do better, especially in front, than Kojiro. But yeah, let's see. Who is gonna be number 2 first, and then number 2? Sorry, say it again.
She probably has that same Kaguya treatment where she only has 5% usage.
So basically at the opposite end of the story.
At least for Zoro, I think she would be at 10 or something. At least.
Maybe top 10 to 20.
I don't see a lot of Zoros on I think that's the second cluster we have, but on the third EU cluster, it's like about every second or third team with a Zoro.
Okay.
At least from the few fights I see.
Exactly. I mean, in the end, it's like 2,000 teams, so that is of course just a tiny probe, but it's already maybe telling you some of the story. Upto is getting a little bit impatient, so I am gonna reveal for you now the number 2 spots, and I can already say that some of you were right, which is not saying much, I guess. But there is something that might not have been expected by some of you. This number 2 unit is number 1 in Japan, number 1 in rest of Asia. But that's not what I meant. The thing is, the true power of this number 2 is actually above 10 million. So this is a huge...
Storm Anya is... what? Wait, Storm Anya will be at 11 or something.
Insanely high true power. She gained a lot, which is interesting because Storm Anya might be a little bit of a counter for Kojiro. But I think Kojiro is just also mega popular on all the new servers. Kind of Kojiro is a super good carry if you don't have a fully fledged team yet. Even without protection, you just, I mean, you have the kind of fully awakened Kojiro, and she is really hard to kill, I have to say. And so I think it makes sense. It's still a surprise to have this huge jump. And especially consider now how big the difference is between number 3 and number 2. We have 6.5 million for the number 3 and then 10.1. I think this is the biggest difference between the kind of top units that was ever there in the entire history of these true power ratings. So yeah, this is kind of crazy.
But I guess she's Anya is probably close to Kojiro. I believe. Because
so close by a million.
Because wait. Let me cook. Kojiro increases 2 million true power despite being countered by Anya. Imagine.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fair point. I mean, so Jared is basically saying, okay, we see another 1 million jump. Destroyer is saying, okay, we are rather close with the number 1. And it's not even sure yet which is gonna be the number 1. So, I mean, a lot of people are now saying Anya. But on YouTube, we have still Shalik, who is saying Anya is overrated. Zoro will be the number 1. Then again, a lot of other people here on YouTube are also saying number 1 Storm Anya. Shalik is saying Storm Anya will be number 11.
Oh, boy,
Shalik
make
is
it
saying poison or
public.
burn Anya and then hit her with Glacial Slash and she's
Who
done.
will troll us
I
again
don't
with that
think
Rock
so.
11? You're gonna
I
I'm
troll
don't
us
not
know
again.
about Anya
Don't
right
you?
now, and honestly,
I'm
honestly,
not sure. I mean, the Glacial Slash, I mean, she has the elemental disadvantage. So I think a Musashi will never kill Anya alone on her own just with some poison. But let's see. I mean, that is not to say that it's impossible.
Musashi number 1 would be crazy.
Musashi number 1.
That's
Actually, now that
crazy.
you
Musashi number 1, that's crazy.
But I do
actually,
believe in Cerberus number 1. Trust in my Cerberus.
oh my goodness. Well, then let me quickly check something. Given that you just said that, I just have to give you the number 1. Or rather, you know, I have to
11,
say the
yeah.
number
Seems right.
1
Yeah,
as
I
usual.
know it. I predicted you're trolling. I predicted
So yeah,
you're
Musashi at
fucking
number 11. So
trolling.
the guesses early on were not too bad. I mean, she even gained some true power, which I find very surprising. But I mean,
That's surprising too.
some of you said you would expect her to be in the top 10 still. So I mean, that makes sense then. And I mean, she is a bit of she's still kind of a strong carry unit. So it also makes sense that maybe some newer servers are rather focused on Musashi still from her era of dominance. But yeah, Musashi is at number 11. Of course, that doesn't tell us yet who is number 1, but it tells us that Storm Anya, for example, can't be number 11. So Charlik is now switching it to number 12, Storm Anya. But we are going in with the actual number 1 now. No more baits. That poll is also Storm Anya, of course. Not Storm Anya? Then it's Dark Kaguya.
It's obviously Dark Kaguya.
Damn, almost a year already. Yeah, true. Musashi is 338 days old already, but number 11, now first time out of the top 10. She held up quite well, you have to say. Especially considering that Storm King Arthur was released 1 month afterwards and basically fully countered Musashi for some time. Oh, that's actually a more interesting poll before I reveal it. What's the true power of the number 1? 10 million and something? 11 million or something? Or 12 million and something? 12 million was something that only Water Anya has achieved so far. Actually, I think only Water Anya was also able to do above 11 million, so she's only the only unit above that.
And I need a fire Anya, so,
honestly, it makes no sense. Only
so I
Anya
have
can
an
beat Anya
insane
as a
unit,
kid.
man.
12 million is crazy, but might happen. 11 million range, a lot of votes. Nobody having her at 10 million. Interesting. Shalik already saying my top 5 is flawless. Was so far very, very strong. Yeah, we had number 5 Dark Lancelot, number 4 Hokusai, number 3 Cthulhu, number 2 Kojiro, all as predicted by Shalik once we reached the top 5. But now I need to reveal the number 1. Shehara is asking, anyone knows how to join from Discord? Just click the link in the description and then you can come in and talk to us either via text or voice. And you can be one of the voices in my head next time. Okay, let me reveal it now. We have the results. The polls are closed. Everybody gave their votes. And we have in the number 1 spot a unit that is number 1 in Europe, a unit that is number 1 in the Americas,
seems about right.
It is a unit with over 10 million true power, unsurprisingly. And it is a unit that has pretty impressive usage, I would say.
Maybe 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I
2,000
have like
teams,
3
all of them have.
accounts without her, so
They literally tried all their SS for Anya.
All right, let me show you guys. It's time. It is a rather close race, so we are not in the super high true power. Storm
I was
Anya,
right.
the new
Okay.
Anya at 10.2 million true
So
power.
I was right. I was right
Yep.
all along.
You were right. We have 65% usage, which is insanely impressive. 30
Look,
days
it's
after
just
release.
40k. It's 40k.
That
that's
basically
nothing,
means
yeah.
that she's part of what, like 1,400 top teams around the world. Super close to the number 2 Kojiro. But yeah, she takes over the number 1 spot. She's the first guard ever to take the number 1 spot. Very impressive stuff from this new Anya. But yeah, she deserves the spot, I think. I would have thought that she doesn't get number 1. I thought, like, personally, my prediction would have been number 2 for her. But yeah, this new Anya is basically a must for all the teams right now. The thing is, I mean, in terms of the Zoro bet we got from Charlik on YouTube, who is now very disappointed, of course, but still had a lot of good guesses. But, you know, Zoro without new Anya, I think, is not that great, you know? She needs kind of a very strong guard with her. And so that means if you want to run Zoro successfully, you kind of have to have Anya as well. But there's a lot of other teams without Zoro that run successfully, but not so much without new Anya. And so that is, I think, the explanation for that. And yeah, Abdo is right. Seemingly not beating 12 million soon. That's what I meant with, you know, we had an increase in the total true power, but even with that, we are still quite far off the heights that Water Anya had. I mean, Water Anya was extremely dominating, and also she didn't have to be in so many teams because back then I didn't have so many teams in my rankings. So yeah. All right. Yeah. And I mean, she already has higher usage than Kojiro, 5% higher usage than Kojiro. So I think that makes a lot of sense. Let me check on YouTube what I missed. Zoro, no. I think everyone who plays builds plots. Exactly. She made it. I knew it is a guard. First time ever a guard. Pretty crazy. Zoro lost her path in between 15 to 12, Daigon is saying. Charlik is saying I never have problem beating Storm Anya. I'm not sure if, I don't know, maybe people are not leveling her enough. I feel like, you know, if you don't have the huge fellowship advantage, then Anya gives anybody problems.
I don't think Anya on her own will change the battle. You still have to have
absolutely,
huge amounts of
Yeah,
damage
yes.
if you want to beat anything. Like
Yes,
myself with Burn, Anya is like Kaguya, just a bit annoying, but nothing more. They are like
The thing
100,
is,
150 TU, and then she's dead, and everything folds under that. So
Anya can
wow,
deal so much damage too, like 125,000%. Oh, no, sorry, 1,000 to 50%. She can deal
yeah,
Exactly,
but
she-
it doesn't do that
damage.
much.
she's also a
She
huge
takes Musashi level
supporter,
damage.
right? With her recovery miss for her team and everything. That's a huge part, I think. And I mean, she doesn't need to die after 150 time units. Sometimes she's the last unit standing on my team. Then again, I put all the resources into her that are possible because I think at high power she's basically a broken unit. And then, you know, as you said, she enables other units on your team to actually do the stuff for you. She's not gonna win you the battle, but she's gonna enable other units, for example, like Hokusai, maybe also like Zoro, other units like that who need protection. She's gonna give it to them, and she's gonna enable your team to actually carry away the win. And she's also gonna be a wall to Kojiro at first, who has a very hard time to get past her at first. All right.
My example was just my burn plat versus the average Storm Anya. So yeah, against other teams, it's a bit more depending on if the enemy team just has some throwaway units, so she gets her whole ground back.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
a huge problem with her. She doesn't have permanent whole ground or something. She has the one-time thing, and if your units are too good, she just heals once and then dies because
Yeah.
can't heal, can't endure the second hit
Yeah.
or the fourth
But
in that way.
yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, as I said, I mean, I have her highly leveled. She's blocking a lot of things. I mean, my other units are not quite up to par sometimes. I still run Storm King Arthur in front and things like that. But together, you know, oh, one thing maybe to mention here, I think that makes her also better. Of course, she dies maybe more easily if she doesn't have some damage reduction, which she doesn't have by herself. But if you run her with Murasaki, or Mermaid in the
Hey,
Sleep Team or something like that, then
Murasaki
and I'm
mentioned
running her with Murasaki, and so she's really, really tanky with that kind of additional armor. At first, you
Murasaki
usually don't have
mentioned
the armor ignore.
Murasaki mentioned, yeah. I have her on one account. She's all right.
Yeah, she's good. I mean, I have her at one copy, and she does all the stuff I need from her. She dies, and then reduces the time units on my units, and she takes the power, she takes the heat off a little bit of Anya with her barrier and stuff like that. So, very good combination, I think, Murasaki with new Anya. All right, then should we quickly also reveal the other two new units before we wrap up this stream, before we crack the number the 2 hour mark again, which 75% of which are just me talking to myself anyways. Okay, so who is gonna be higher, Zoro or Yamato?
I think Yamato will be higher because
it's
she's
Probably
an
Zoro.
insane tank like Anya.
it's probably Zoro because
Because
Zoro
Yamato is a guardian and she came right after Anya. Everybody can pick Anya over Yamato. So I think it's gonna be Zoro.
Obviously.
it's
I just
gonna be
think Yamato will be really high just because she has the high base battle power.
I think it's gonna be Zoro because she has a great tandem between Hokusai and Kojiro.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she does. Zoro is really good. I'm
Yeah,
just thinking that Yamato with her inflated base power that she will be higher.
I mean, Yamato
I
will
mean,
go up if there's any sleep unit rising in the top 5 or so.
Oh yeah.
that's
I
also a good
think
point, right? Yeah, Leap.
another thing, Japan water unit could be could be that it's
Well,
going really
not
high
sure. I
because of
mean,
Japan.
yeah, but then again, you know, if fire is not much of an issue, you don't really need the water guard as much, right? But let me reveal it real quick. We have a lot of diversity in the regional rankings for this unit again. We have Yamato at number 18, with number 7 in rest of Asia and number 33 in Europe. So huge, huge differences. Um, pretty crazy. And yeah, it has been 37 days since New Anya came out, and now 30 days since Yamato came out. Yamato a bit down considering that she's a guard, I think. But yeah, maybe if we have some more sleep units come out, then she might get gain a
Uh,
little relevancy. I think
another
she's a really good guard.
another thing about Yamato is she's just really perfect for an entry. But since the methodology changed into a starting
Mm,
for increase
Oh yeah,
power,
that's
yeah,
also yeah.
is
that's also a good point. Yeah.
she's really just a very good entry guard for sleep.
Yeah. All right. Then let me also reveal Zoro. Do you think she will be higher or lower than that?
I believe in at least 15 or higher. As so
Mhm.
at least over Yamato.
Shalik is saying you're all sleeping on the power of Glacial Slash. I don't think that's the case. I think I think it's just a bit lacking now. But yeah, sometimes, or if you have the huge power differential like Shadows or maybe some other whales, then Musashi can still deal a lot of damage. But yeah, let's see who Zoro, where Zoro ranks in the end. Also, a lot of diversity in terms of how high she is ranked. So some regions really like Zoro, and some regions are like meh. Unfortunately, one of the regions that is like meh is Japan. So
Yeah.
if a unit is not popular in Japan, it's very hard to go into the top 10 or
But-
close to the top at all.
But I did pull her because she's a fellowship on Kojiro. That's a plus.
True. That's also a point that made me think, oh, should I maybe get her? But in the end, I also decided not to. And yeah, she's number 24 in Americas. She's number 4 in rest of Asia. So she's a top 4 unit in the Asian servers, not including Japan. So that means that could explain why we have some imbalance here in terms of where people think she could land, because she might be very dominating in the rest of Asia. But overall, she just comes out above 4 million true power right now. And that is the number 16 spot for Zoro. I think that is also a bit underrating her, to be honest. But, I mean, that
Really
is what the
underrated.
data says. You have to see
Wait,
that
look.
this is only... Yeah, sorry?
Wait, look. It's just 17.3%.
Exactly, that's what I wanted to point out. The usage is just not there to be a top unit. If she's a real top unit, I mean, usage is not everything. We saw that with Hokusai, but Hokusai still had at least 28% usage. Zoro at 17.3% is just a little bit too low to get up to the top 10 right now. Then again, she's also pretty fresh, 16 days since release, so that could rise further as well. But yeah, it's not like the Dark Kaguya situation. Come on, she has more than 4 times the true power.
But she's she gets first 3 times. Oh.
Dark Kaguya just suffers from
Yeah.
being herself, from her
Yeah.
kid.
To be
and
honest, I
her
would have enjoyed
awakening
Dark.
passive,
Yeah,
active.
I would have enjoyed Zoro higher as well. I also kind of like her art. It's not that kind of very lewd art style, so I think pretty nice. And yeah, Nate Styron is pointing something out. Musashi usually gets one shot first turn by Storm King Arthur if Storm King Arthur still runs in front, which I do. And Musashis are really not a problem for me, especially now that I have new Anya. Musashis just die without
Yeah.
getting any kills. So that's probably a part of the reason why they are out of the top 10. But yeah, overall, this is everything now. So we had 5 new units. 2 new units actually made it into the top 4. I'm actually surprised. I didn't think that anybody besides Anya could make it that high. But yeah, Hokusai takes it and is very interesting because of her strong painful and the elemental quicken. So that is a very nice combination. A lot of these other new units obviously very strong too, but yeah, the big message of course today is that for the first time ever we have a guard taking the number 1 spot, something that never happened before, but it was very close between her and Kojiro. So we will have to see how that develops until the next time we have another ranking. And yeah, Manish on YouTube is asking, who is this other guy? I guess the other voices, they are just in your head. It's not Edsonix.
Yeah, it's just your imagination.
Yeah, we're not real.
We're just
Well-
familiars.
Yeah, we're living in a simulation anyways, and in this simulation apparently Anya comes out on top and Zoro
Yeah.
doesn't make it into the top 10 for now. Shalik is starting petition to remove Anya from number 1 spot. But yeah. A quick question here from Abdo that I'm still gonna answer. Where is Ursan Wukong? She's pretty low actually. She lost 1 million true power
Oh.
and is now only placed at number 20. So yeah, Bright Sun Wukong not not doing well, which is unfortunate because I also have her fully awakened. But I also put her now much lower, so she's not a starter for me anymore.
Because last month, I think, on the one before, they were like right next to each other. She was just one
Yeah.
placement with Wayne.
True.
And
The
now,
Earth
like,
units were
11
together.
placements. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Even
and
though she still saves me a lot of games right now, and she's better than Gawain against fire. She can actually kill silvers.
yeah, I think that the problem is, Bright Sun Wukong is also countered by new Anya. Earth Gawain, not so much. Like,
Yeah.
Bright Sun Wukong, she thrives on doing all these hits all the time, but she doesn't deal insane damage on one hit. And she also needs to get the turns to actually refresh her charges. So sometimes a bit annoying when she runs into a new Anya and then, she might already be out of charges and she can't refresh them and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that is part of the reason why Bright Sun Wukong is down. Shalik is saying I rather go for Bright Lancelot than Kirin right now because Kirin is weak. Yeah, I think Kirin isn't. I mean, it's a bit early to tell, but I would be surprised if Kirin gets a top 10 spot in any ranking in the next years. She's just
good.
She's decent, but I think her AI is kind of fucked. To be totally honest,
her AI is shit.
It's making the wrong decisions all the time. I really don't like watching that, and I think it's annoying to watch it if you get her and then she does stupid shit. At least she has a strong entry, but yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Strong. She could do really well. She could do
skill 1, skill 2, skill 1, skill 3, and instead she just goes directly to skill 3.
Yeah, she
really
could do
stupid.
skill 2, skill 1, skill 3. Then she would have at least always the enrage on her skill 3. But she's stupid like that, and she does skill 1, skill 2, and then skill 3, so the enrage is gone. Or just skill 3.
Exactly.
Which it's sad.
Yeah,
but
she doesn't even.
She doesn't a good amount of damage.
Yeah, but it's just. I feel like it's just not enough. Especially she does good damage, but then she has the 25% chance to execute a 1 HP unit. How many 1 HP units do we have at that point on the one hand that are not healing up straight away?
It is before they heal. So
okay. Did you test it?
Yeah, I have one. And she does kill before the units heal, but it's a 25%,
but still 25%,
which
right?
is
it's like
0.
It's two coin flips. That's just not good enough. Yeah.
It's gonna proc the gacha 25% chance.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's why. I mean, I already mentioned in my review. I think this
Also
rotation was pretty weak. I think Zoro is by far the best of this event from the 3 units. But even she is not like game-breakingly good. So this is basically an event where you didn't miss much if you didn't pull any of them, I think. But yeah, Zoro of course is a great addition. Kirin and Dark Kaguya can be good at one copy as well. But
Kirin
I'm so annoyed by Kirin, to be honest. This AI is just so terrible. I really don't like it.
She is supposed to be a supporter, I think. So one copy will do.
It's really
she
good,
gets
entry unit.
Yeah, really, really good. So she gets the turn. She gives one of your stun DPS the turn, which is good. That one does damage. Then she stuns again. And depending on what happens, she doesn't do shit or she does do something and goes again.
Yeah.
Also, the thing I thought would be really bad with her is her. Oh, I can only use my skill 3 6 times per battle, but I haven't had it that she got to that limit. Because she did die beforehand, but
exactly.
That's beside the point.
She doesn't have the survivability to. I feel like the survivability is not good enough to warrant her having also this kind of skill limit, but it's not changing much. I think the AI is screwing her over and the survivability is screwing her over. So I think, honestly, I would be surprised if she's even in the Top 20. Top 20
Yeah.
would be super surprising for me for Kirin.
I believe Anna Da Vinci would be a good place for her.
Yeah, I think probably between 30 and 40,
Yeah.
which
The
is really
only
bad for a new unit.
the only bad experience I got with Kirin is facing with Storm Anya, because her AI is just 100% skill one, and after that it's gonna be disabled, and she's not gonna
Mhm.
turn multiple times, and that's over
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah, I
Pretty
mean
much.
that's fair, but still, I would like her. Even even if she runs into the occasional Anya or something, I feel she should still use the first skill because the third skill without enrage,
Yeah.
and she can only use it once, right? She has to go away again. So I feel like she should be more. She should really be enraged to use that skill, not just have 2 units above 50% on the enemy team, which
But
deals not
hey,
much damage. It's 400% or something.
but
Just
hey,
not good.
without Storm Anya, she's gonna turn like 3 times in just one.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. She would be able to do a lot of things, but the AI doesn't do it. I don't know.
And it's not like Storm Anya isn't the most used unit in the game.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Usage. Well, it's not quite the highest usage, but let me see.
At least more than
Cthulhu has the highest usage.
Okay.
Interestingly, 66.9%, ahead of Storm King Arthur for 66.8%. And then
Yeah,
we already
old
have.
units.
Oh yeah, that's actually crazy. New Anya has already higher usage than Light Anya. 7% higher. But I think that's partly because we have all these new servers in there as well. So obviously the newer servers will pick up Anya, the Storm Anya, more than possibly a Light Anya in the last few months.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Shalik. Kirin doesn't belong into these top discussions, I have to say. Well, okay, then I think we can wrap it up. Oh my god, we took a long time, over 2 hours. Then again, we had a lot of guessing in front as to the number 10 spots. But I mean, it's understandable. If you look back, we have the number 3 to number 11 spot are from 5.2 to 6.5 million true power, so they are all super close together. And then we have just this insane jump up to the top tier units, to the 2 dominators of Evertale right now in New Anya and Kojiro. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed the new methodology with 2,000 top teams now being rated. So again, in case you missed it in the beginning,
There's only one thing I didn't enjoy, and you
oh,
know what probably is.
it's probably Musashi at number 11, right?
Yeah, that has to be it.
That was disappointing for Destroyer. Nothing else I can think of.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's definitely disappointing to have that have Dark Kaguya come in that low. But yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Kirin is in the same area. Yeah. Well, yeah, Kirin's still slightly better maybe than Dark Kaguya, I think, but not
But
much.
hey, I can show a video about Kaguya and Kirin just literally doing some chaos in a battle.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Actually, I had a few battles now with both Kaguya and Kirin in them, and in both, they just die.
Yeah.
It's super sad.
If it's facing Kojiro and S Anya, yeah, they're pretty much
Yeah,
their counters. But
yeah.
um without Kojiro
Yeah,
and S
but I mean, you
Anya, you
see,
can't really.
Kojiro and Anya, true power above 10 million, they are
Yeah.
dominating right now. So, yeah, it's really, really tough place for these 2 new units. But yeah, I think should be good. Thanks for joining, everybody. Also on the Discord. Special thanks, of course, to Abdo, Destroyer, and Jared, who gave some voice line input as well, even though
You're
it
just
didn't arrive in
imagination.
YouTube for
Just an
90
imagination here.
minutes.
We are
Wait,
not
sorry, say that
here.
again?
We are voices in your head.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, we are. Yeah, it's time for me to turn off these voices in my head as well now. But yeah, thanks a lot for joining, guys. Also, everybody else who guessed along, also on YouTube. Very much appreciate your support. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button to become a true carrot as well. It's a very exclusive club made entirely out of carrots, obviously. And and then there's also, of course, the like button, which is very tempting, I think, to press for you right now if you're watching on YouTube. That would give a good push up for the algorithm, which I very much appreciate. Would be nice to hit 1,000 views on this video and maybe 100 likes if we are feeling very ambitious. So if you can do your part, I would be very happy. Thanks for joining on this Sunday. I think for some of you it might already be Monday now. So I wish you all a good night, a good evening, or a good afternoon, I suppose, or a good morning for some of you, maybe even if you're watching far on the west coast of the Americas. So yeah, thanks a lot for guessing along. I think it was a very entertaining session, and I hope to see you all again next time as well. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was a disaster, Tru.
Wait, we're still live.
Oh,
Okay.
yo.
Okay, great ending.